帅气的胖子啊，史上最灵活的胖子，肚子比我还大。心脏钥匙，你是说温柔心地？耶、你是说药效很快吗？还是很快就过去？很快作用还是很快过去？Energy， 不对，没仔细看。
John Shepard died 30 years ago. Hope his mother has all the answers to this puzzle.
Hello, I'm looking for Anne Shepard's room. Please sign the visitor's book. Are you a member of the family?
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh, she'll be pleased to have a visitor. No one ever comes to see her. With the Alzheimer's, she has trouble remembering things, but it'll still please her, you know. It's room 19 at the end of the corridor.
Thank you.
你可以这样说 ，You can say that. Hello， 安安你好，要不要来一盘？不是。
Only a few hours left before Sean Mars dies. Hope I'm not wasting my time. Room 19. Where is that? Room 19. Where is that?
8号、10号。我真的觉得这类游戏视角都很烂。12号、14号，继续看着。19、16、18，应该下一节了。20， 19嘞。我说要不要来一客？我看他那边坐很久，对不对？拿碗泡面给他吃吃啊！来一客不要等，没听过吗？看他等很久了，我想应该饿了。
Hello, Mrs. Shepard.
Hello, Miss Shepard.
Is it time for my pills already?
It's a time for my
No,
pills
Mrs.
already.
Shepard,
They're never on time with my pills. I don't know what they do here. The other hospital are always on time.
真的是一个老黄灯呢。
My name is Madison Page. I'm a journalist. I'd like to ask you some questions about your son.
I don't like this hospital. The food isn't very good, you know.
Try to remember, Mrs. Shepard. John's twin brother was placed with a foster family after the accident. What was the name of the foster family?
I asked them for a television, you know. They said I didn't have enough money. It's a pity. I'm fond of television.
I know what happened at Carnaby Square. Do you remember?
Carnaby Square. I think I used to live there a long time ago. We didn't have much money at the time, you know. We had to make do with very little.
Your other son, Mrs. Shepard, John's twin brother. What was his name?
What other son? I have no other son. I never had any children.
Do you remember John?
My Johnny. He is a good little boy, you know.
You had a son named John, and John had a twin brother.
Do you have my pills? It's time for my pills.
干，在装死啊！
Mrs. Shepherd, your son may be linked to a series of murders. Perhaps you have some information that could help the investigation.
Are you a new nurse? Where are my pills?
I think your son is in trouble, Mrs. Shepherd. He's done some terrible things. I need to find him. Do you understand?
Terrible things you're telling me. He never came to see me, can you believe it? In 10 years, never. No one forgets their mother, do they?
干，在给戏。
This woman might be the origami killer's mother. Must be some way to get her to remember. It'd take days, if not longer, to find the name of the family that adopted her son. Sean Mars would be dead by then. Alright, no point in wasting my time. I won't learn anything more by staying here. Alright, no point in wasting my time. I won't learn anything more by staying here.
哎呦，是要我折张奇怪的吗？
Alright, no point in wasting my time. I won't learn anything more by staying here.
就是狗狗、青蛙，我看一下我要折什么好呢？小鸟、纸鹤。 我觉得折有出现过的好了，这个小鸟没出现过，这只好像出现过。再看一下有没有别的，青蛙，好，折这一个 ，the dog， 哎不对，顺便学英文，这个 hummingbird，bird， 这什么字啊 ？H-U-M-M-I-N-G。 哦，蜂鸟，原来这个东西叫蜂鸟。CIA。呵，好啦，这小狗好了。我用 L 和 R 搞反了，靠北！我他妈左右不分呢，左一右框下，哎，怎么那么难折啦？三角下 L1。 左框下 R1 按着右。
Oh, you know how to do these little dogs too. My children loved origami. I taught them how to do it. John loved the little dogs. He always wanted to call them Max. Max, Max, Max? All dogs with the same name. I was wasting my time telling him they couldn't all have the same name. But he always wanted his paper dogs Max. It's funny, isn't it?
在这边的，哎，不行。
Alright, no point in wasting my time. I won't learn anything more by staying here. It seems to be working. She's remembering stuff. Gotta find something else to show her. Did you make these origami figures?
My little paper animals. They played with them for hours. I showed my boys how to make them, you know.
Yes, your boys, Mrs. Shepherd. John and... what was your other son's name again?
My other son? I only had one son. My little Johnny.
哎，还是失败！妈的，你在装死！看看衣橱里面有没有东西。
You don't seem to get many flowers, Mrs. Shepherd.
No, but I love them. My son knows that I love
啊，
flowers.
兰花，兰花，
I know he'll bring me some.
所有折纸就是兰花。
Are these your children, Mrs. Shepherd? John and his brother? Is that them?
They're good little boys. Their father never looked after them. Always drinking. They didn't have an easy life, you know.
我去拿兰花，我去拿兰花，兰花，兰花，我。门口有花，门口有花。
Her memory is coming back. Don't stop now. Just remember. Alright, no point in wasting my time. I won't learn anything more by staying here.
兰花，兰花，花花。哎呦，不要这样讲嘛！老人家老人痴呆，记不清楚，等一下。
Does Mrs. Shepherd ever talk about her past?
It's not all very clear to her now. Sometimes she'll remember the oddest
哎，看这
things.
镜，这个护士还
I
蛮
suppose
正
she
的。
sees something that reminds her of her past.
Did she ever mention her sons?
Sons? Well, she often mentions John. I think he drowned.
Does she ever talk about her other son?
I didn't know she had another one. I've never heard her mention it.
I'm looking for her other son. He was adopted. I mean, he's probably changed his name. Is there any official documentation on Mrs. Shepherd?
No, there's nothing really. Nothing about her family. I guess if her son was adopted, then she's the only one who could tell you about that. Sometimes, if you show her things, it seems to trigger a memory from her past. You might get it to remember.
Thanks for the advice. Show her things that take her back. Show her things that take her back.
插花。
What a lovely orchid. My sons loved orchids. We used to grow them in the back. When John died, I made orchids on his grave. I cried when they told me. I'd already lost one of my children, and now they were taking away another one, you understand.
The foster family, Mrs. Shepherd. What was the name of the foster family that adopted John's brother?
They were really very nice people.
干，你在跟我打马虎眼，看看。
In the beginning, I used to go and see my little boy. And then I got sick and I couldn't go any longer. Perhaps he thought I'd forgotten him. He must have thought I didn't love him anymore.
His name, Mrs. Shepherd. What was his name?
But I loved him.
哇，你在继续
I
比吗？
only knew how much I missed him.
Please, Anne. His name. What was his name?
Come closer.
掏捶他吗？咬他耳朵！干！你现在不告诉我，搞屁啊！哦，为了怕雷到自己，他感到非常的惊讶，非常的错愕，怎么会是他？居然，所以是谁嘞？追到的是谁？
The last origami figure. The last trial. The last origami figure. The last trial. The last origami figure. The last trial.
我也在想，所以我觉得不是。 哎，这房间设计也真屌哎！红色纯红的走廊，配上全白的房间，好多萤幕哦！好啦，试炼5，试炼4我放弃了。
The last trial. The last question. Are you prepared to give your life to save your sons? There is a deadly poison in this vial. It will kill you in exactly 60 minutes. If you drink it, you will get the last letters of the address. You will have enough time to save your son and say goodbye to him, but then you will die. You can drink the vial or decide to leave. The choice is yours.
Kill myself to save Sean? That's ridiculous. I'll find some other way. I'm sure I can save him. The cameras. He must be watching me. There's got to be another way. I can't kill myself to save my son. Save Sean and die. Christ. He loses his father, but at least he's alive. Maybe it's the right thing to do. Poison. So, if I drink this, I'll be dead in an hour, and if I don't, I won't get the last letters.
可是我都已经少一封了
Just enough time to save Sean. Am I willing to die to save my son? Nothing to lose. I've come too far to stop now. He could be lying. Maybe I'll die as soon as I drink this, and then no one can save Sean. There's no choice. I've got to do it. If I want to save my son.
"好像也只能喝了。好，喝！ 好喝啦，喝不喝？喝，喝。开始吐血。超圣水，你将会变成超级赛亚。
The last letters have been sent to your phone.
I did what I had to, Sean. Your dad's coming to save you.
少一段呢、我没有杀到人啊。其实我刚才应该要选择不喝的。
I'm nowhere and I'm out of time. Damn fucking shitty letters from this fucking address! Come on! There's gotta be a way to do this! Sean has added one of these addresses. There's gotta be a way to figure out which one. I can't pick one at random. I've got to figure out how to find the right one. Time is running out. If I don't make up my mind fast, I'll arrive too late to save Sean, even if I find the right address. I've got to choose one at random. Go there right away. It's my last chance to save Sean. The only clue I have is the video of Sean from the phone.
The man continued. The authorities still looking for each of the Mars. The man identified as the oligarchy killer.
Several different addresses fit these letters. God, they're scattered all over the city. I don't have time to check them all.
火车的声音。河边。
I may only have time for one address. If Sean's not there, I'm done. It's a crapshoot.
它那个是铁轨是不是？右边那个线是铁轨。火车就在旁边，应该是在这。走啊！刚才我听到火车的汽笛。
We've only got a few more hours left to save Sean Mars. There has to be a goddamn clue somewhere. It's probably staring me in the face. This kid's gonna die, and I'm going around in circles!
All packed up and ready to go?
What are you talking about?
The investigation's over. We know who did it. We no longer need your services anymore, Norman. So you can ride your files all the way back to Washington. I'd be lying if I said I was gonna miss you.
The investigation isn't over. You have absolutely nothing on Mars.
Mars is guilty. Case closed. Anyway, it's no concern of yours now. You're off the case. So pack up and fuck off.
Pick up and fuck off.
Blake, you are an unbalanced, psychopathic asshole!
I'll take that as a compliment. Honestly, I don't give a shit what you think. I found the origami killer. Everyone's happy. End of story. Have a nice trip back.
他真的是警察里面的流氓，有着执照流氓。
The killer's name is here. Somewhere in this place. I just have to find it. Find it before it's too late.
Oh, one last thing, sir. You should be careful not to overindulge in you know what. It can be dangerous. Very dangerous. It'll end up killing you if you're not careful. That would be most unfortunate, sir.
Ari was in record mode when I was fighting with the killer. Perhaps there's something on it.
干，果然有 bug。好的。
The sword was already in Paco's office. It's got nothing to do with the killer. The gun the killer left at the Blue Lagoon. Perhaps there's some way of tracing its history. Impounded in a police case 5 years ago, the gun is still supposed to be in police custody. Who checked it out? If not a cop.
大家要上厕所。
2 seats from the same gas station. Might be near the killer's home. Oh, that doesn't get us anywhere.
分析过好像问的很准。
Looks like the killer is a cop. Carter Blake! That would explain the dead-end investigation and his desire to frame Ethan Morris. There is always a railroad line adjacent to where the bodies are found. And all the victims disappeared in the fall. The killer is white, aged between 30 and 45. He is intelligent, calm, and determined. An organized type. He has a car. He's probably employed, but his work allows him free time.
举发。待太久。
I can't go on. I can't go on.
不行啊！刚刚举发那个没有，我要举发他。那个 Ari 有 bug 的样子。可我觉得不太可能是他。可是感觉那个一直用会死掉。
We've only got a few more hours left to save Sean Mars. There has to be a goddamn clue somewhere. It's probably staring me in the face. This kid's gonna die, and I'm going around in circles!
All packed up and ready to go?
What are you talking about?
The investigation's over. We know who did it. We no longer need your services anymore, Norman. So you can ride your files all the way back to Washington. I'd be lying if I said I was gonna miss you.
The investigation isn't over. You have absolutely nothing on Mars.
Mars is guilty. Case closed. Anyway, it's no concern of yours now. You're off the case. So pack up and fuck off.
Blake, you are an unbalanced, psychopathic asshole!
I'll take that as a compliment. Honestly, I don't give a shit what you think. I found the origami killer. Everyone's happy. End of story. Have a nice trip back, Norman.
The killer's name is here. Somewhere in this data. I just have to find it. Find it before it's too late.
Oh, one last thing, sir. You should be careful not to overindulge in you know what. It can be dangerous. Very dangerous. It'll end up killing you if you're not careful. That would be most unfortunate, sir.
Ari was in record mode when I was fighting with the killer. Perhaps there's something on it. The sword was already in Paco's office. It's got nothing to do with the killer. The gun the killer left at the Blue Lagoon. Perhaps there's some way of tracing its history. Impounded in a police case 5 years ago, the gun is still supposed to be in police custody. Who checked it out? If not a cop. Two seats from the same gas station. Might be near the killer's home. Oh, that doesn't get us anywhere. The killer lives in this zone. 342 people live around there. Not good enough. Gotta find a means of identifying the killer more precisely. Looks like the killer is a cop. Carter Blake! That would explain the dead-end investigation and his desire to frame Ethan Morris.
Lieutenant Carter Blake, you're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used as evidence against you in a court of law.
You should be locked up. You're a fucking lunatic.
Jesus Christ, Jayden, you completely off your head? Accusing Lieutenant Blake of being the origami killer?
I have proof, Captain.
Your proof is a load of bull, Norman. All you have is a load of crackpot theories. I'm taking you off the case. Pack your bags and go back to Washington. Your superiors will hear about all this, believe me.
干，我好像选错哎，算了，不管。